Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to
I Wish You Enough 2021.
My name is Farida, and together with my co-MCs,
I'm YL.
Hi, I'm Anushka. And Farida, I'm very curious because just now you mentioned I Wish You Enough, right? So what is I Wish You Enough all about?
okay, I Wish You Enough is actually a celebration movement in collaboration with International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, which falls on 17 October every year. So, before that, please like and share the video. And to continue, it's actually about promoting sharing neighbors with neighbors, and especially for those who has not enough, so that everyone will have enough, right? And we started with the towel hanging at our door or gate to show the support for our movement. And this year is our 5th year running this movement, and it's all about resilience.
Hi guys. Hello. Hi. Hi everyone. We are from the community Kampung what?
Spirit.
Kampung Spirit. Okay, we are here to perform for you all in I Wish You Enough. Okay, I hope you all enjoy our performance. We are from various places. Okay, like Teluk Blangah, we got Indas, we got where? Teluk Blangah, Bio Crescent. Okay, and my name is Ali. I'm from Bukit Hoswi. So I hope you guys enjoy our performance. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do? Let's roll.
drumming today?
Yeah, why are we drumming?
Oh, as you can see in the video, right? The community coming together to show their passion, and that's how they bond together as neighbors. So actually, right, back in 2017, a few of our neighbors come together for a vision, and that's how the movement started.
Wow.
Oh.
Want to know more about this?
Yes.
Let's watch the video.
A commonly found household item, the towel, is being used as a symbol of solidarity and goodwill among residents in Singapore's South Central neighborhoods. This evening, volunteers and members of the South Central community hit the neighborhood at Delta Avenue, encouraging residents to hang towels on their front doors as part of the I Wish You Enough movement.
We've only just begun.
You've made an excellent choice.
We are trying to promote neighbors helping neighbors.
So what we want to achieve is everybody should have enough.
We've only just begun. Only just We've only just begun.
I wish you enough.
Hi Farida, do you know this TikTok challenge?
Well, time is moving too fast. I can't keep up with the latest digital literacy. Apps like Instagram, TikTok.
Do you know about 80% of Singapore is digitally ready?
Really?
Yes.
Then what about the 20% including me? How do you help them?
Hello everyone, do you know in SCC we started a digital project funded by donor in June 2021, which we call it IWUE equals B. Together with our community care connectors, we distributed new and furbished laptops to members who require them. Let's watch this video to see how the community is coming together to fill in the gaps.
Since COVID-19, Singaporeans have started working, learning, playing, and living online. Many Singaporeans who do not have a laptop or tablet or Wi-Fi were cut off from everyday life. Children could not attend lessons online during home-based learning. Adults could not work from home or join online events. This is called the digital divide, the gap between the people who have devices and the internet and those who do not. So, how big is this gap? Last year, South Central Community Family Service Centre did a survey of 3,000 households living in 25 public rental flats. From our survey, we found that only 3 in 10 families living in public rental flats have a device like a laptop, computer, or tablet. The numbers are very different when we compare to the whole of Singapore. According to a survey done by the Infocom Media Development Agency, 9 in 10 households have a device. What about the internet? Our survey of households from public rental housing showed that only 1 in 2 people have access to Wi-Fi. In Singapore, 98% of households have access to the internet. What about households with children? Only 6 in 10 households with children living in public rental flats had devices. Even when families had devices, there were not enough. On average, 1 device was shared between 3 people. So how does this compare to the whole of Singapore? In Singapore, nearly all households with children have at least 1 device. What does this mean? When families don't have digital access, they can fall behind in many ways. When there are not enough devices, children cannot do home-based learning or attend tuition classes. They might start falling behind in their schoolwork. Adults cannot work from home or attend online training courses. They may not be able to find jobs, and they may not have the chance to upgrade their skills. Without a device or stable internet connection, families cannot join activities or groups online. They may start to drift away from their friends and the community. So, how did we try to bridge the digital divide? Together with the community, we have worked hard to bridge the gap. Working with partners like Well Centre and Beyond Social Services, we have provided more than 100 families with a laptop. We are also finding out what families would like to learn to allow them to get connected and use their new devices for work, studies, and play. What can you do to bridge the digital divide? Do your part to wish that everybody will have enough digital access.
My name is Azura. I'm 31 years old this year. I'm a housewife. I have 5 children and I do home-based business. My home-based business is called Kuala. Kuala came from each and one of our initial. First, I started out selling tarts, Nutella tart. Then from there, I see like on social media, like on demand, like other flavor like Milo. Then we came up with the Milo one, Oreo. And then slowly we came out with brownies, then cookies. Then our cookies are all eggless, so vegetarian can have it also lah. My home-based business journey started out with the help of FSC. Introduced me to a lady named Sapna from Her Rice Boss. Then from there she journeyed along with me. I didn't know. Like last time when I sell, I thought like, I see my competitor selling $18, so I must sell cheaper. I didn't know about costing. I don't even know I have to charge for the sticker, the bottle, everything. From there, like I learned about my costing and learn how to post on social media.
My name is Rani. I'm 38. I'm a community connector at the Bio Present. What I do is, if the community needs certain things like let's say their fridge or their washing machine or something is broke down, and then they come to me, and then I'll get back to the community workers, and then I'll let them know that from this family, they need this, they need that, and then we plan like Deepavali night. So the first year, I had their back to be with me, and subsequently I gather my own group of friends and some of the community members from this community. And then we gather to do a Deepavali night where we go meeting people who are skillful, like in maybe a magician, someone who's good in DJ, and then we personally talk to them and let them know what is the purpose of us doing this program, and we get them to engage in this. And so as for the past 2 years, as we are facing this pandemic issue, instead of it, we started having food distribution. That means I do this fundraising, the money, we gather all these food rations like rice, oil, or chicken, we cook, we came up with tidbits. I get my children to be with me, and then we pack everything and we go door to door to distribute. They actually call this like a kampong spirit in this community. So I just love that. I mean, it's like they have a WhatsApp group. So sometimes when they have excess fruits or food, they tend to pin in the, hey, I got this much, I think I'm enough. I'm willing to like give out some to the community.
I'm Jimmy. I'm 36, turning 37 this year. So what I do as a volunteer with the SCC right now is I support their digital initiative. And 2 tasks that I mainly work on. One is to get the laptops ready for families to utilize them for school. And the second one is to obviously be down in the center to help the families to adopt the laptop, guide them through how to use the systems and setting it up for them before they take it. But I just enjoy volunteering, and I think the digital initiative is something that's very close to my heart. Because of my work, I work in a very digital base. I've been in technology for almost 10 years now, and I realized the importance of technology. If people don't catch up, it will kind of advance or widen the inequality that we have. So I'm very passionate about digital initiatives.
Previously, we didn't have enough devices. After that, we got from FSC and also beyond. Then after that, we are okay until like now. I think we short of 1 devices again. Yeah, so we have to share using my son's laptop to like take turns, and then sometimes he have Zoom at 2:15 and ends at 3:45. Then the other daughter got to use it for 3:45 to 4:45 like that. Sometimes then my daughter have to use the handphone lah. I think it's more difficult because the words are smaller, and then also I think it's very difficult because she have to hold it like all the time. Okay, because the one that I got the laptop from FSC, he actually suddenly died on me like 3 weeks ago. Then all my invoices, my Excel sheet, all I store inside the laptop. Then everything just gone like that. Yeah, then after that, maybe it's good if like repair the laptop outside is expensive. Maybe they can have something like a bit more cheaper for the lower income one, because like not everybody can afford a new laptop. Yeah, even for repairs also, I think it's not. Sometimes when we bring to shop, I think you want to repair, better you get a new one. That kind of thing.
We have organizations who have been supporting very strongly with these children, by giving them these digital, things like a laptop, and apart from that, they still conduct Zoom tuitions, online tuitions, So I don't think children face much, but generally when we talk about a family, I think I did quite a number of surveys, So from the surveys, what I learned that some parents lost their job. So I think that is the main icon that we're talking about here, because when they lose their job, I think it affects the entire family, and also challenges in them putting up food in the table for the children. Recently, I know a member from my community, she didn't have the gas cylinder, So what happened was, it was a Friday night. So she contacted me at about 8 o'clock. She told me that she needs the gas cylinder and she has got no money and she couldn't cook for the children. So I couldn't contact a lot of them. One thing is because it's already night, So I tried within my friend circle, and it was like, I think the ending month, So normally, ending month, everyone is like struggling, for their own self. So I was not able to get the help. But I couldn't go to sleep after that, So I was wondering how could I help this person. Then I realized that I have a electrical slow cooker in my house. So I thought by borrowing it to her for the weekends, it might help her. I hope that this might help you to at least cook something for your kids. And then we see after the weekend. Then she accepted it wholeheartedly. So I went over to her place to give it to her. And I think about less than 5 days, I think, I don't know which organization actually gave her some money. And she managed to have a gas. And then she called me, she said, thank you so much, So I took it back from her, So these are the very minor things. I think we might see this as minor, but I think we are creating a very big impact in individuals' life.
Right. So I guess for the students, it's pretty clear, right? Once you have to, go home to study, if you don't have the right digital infrastructure, even basic Wi-Fi, right? And most of some of these families that we work with largely depends on mobile phones, which doesn't provide really stable connectivity and can't really do your work. So I guess that changes the way how children learn, right? And they lose out as well, right? Because in school, if you do have issues like that, you do have someone to turn to, but at home, there may not be anyone that you can turn to, even fixing your laptop or sorting certain things out. So I guess having that digital skill set is vastly much more important right now. And I guess also same for parents, right? If parents do not catch up, I think this is more pertaining to their kids. If they do not catch up with it, then obviously they do not know how to handle the challenges or really understand what challenges their children will have, right? And it's really important for them now to understand digitally what does it mean for their own lifestyle. And it's also not about replacing their life with technology alone, but it's understanding how do you use technology or even technology tools to help you with your learning.
Hopes and dreams, I hope everybody will be healthy. When I'm first in this community, I don't know anyone. Then slowly, then I get to know a few people. Then when I wanted to cook for Raya, I don't have the pot. Then I call one kakak, she was selling in the community lah. Then I asked her, can I borrow your pot and stuff like that. Then she said, okay, can I give you this pot? You can have it. Until now, I keep the pot lah. So it's like the bonding between neighbors.
Of course, hopes and dreams is like if some organizations can come into all these kind of areas, be a kind of befriender with them to actually to guide them.
My real hope is as we grow to be a real digital native, right, we bring along people with us, people that do not have the same opportunity like you and I, right? Like for example, today, if I were to tell all of us here to learn coding, I'm sure all of us with our capabilities will be able to do so, but other people may not have the same capabilities or the same learning environment. So I guess my real hope is as we progress digitally, we are able to get the rest along with us, those that may not share the same opportunities. I wish you enough, right? I guess I wish you enough is I wish you to have, good enough to I won't use the word survive, but good enough to move on in life. But I wish you enough to be able to do well.
Even if you can't do much, but just a small thing, which will create a big impact. So I think if everyone starts doing this, I think we will have, we will have less problem in the community, I would say.
What is it for me? Kampung spirit. Family thing lah, kampung thing, a family thing where everybody doesn't matter your race, your what, we are together, help one another like that.
So, what is resilience to you?
Okay, so the theme this year is resilience, as there has been many hardships affecting individuals, families and communities out there in Singapore. So by wishing resilience to the community, we hope to have a community that looks out for one another and to lend a helping hand to each other so that we can overcome all these hardships during this endemic. So we would like to wish everyone in the community resilience so that the individuals can step up to empower others, as small actions can lead to big impact in the community.
Wow, that's very good. Do you want to see more resilience in our community?
Yes.
Let's watch this video.
Hi everyone, my name is Aziz. I'm 44 years old and I have a condition called muscular dystrophy. That is a degenerative illness which degenerates all your muscles and your distal muscles. And currently I'm wheelchair bound and life is as life is. There are many things that I actually like to do. I'm more of a computer nerd and I like playing games, got a lot of time. So with my time I watch movies and I spend a lot of time on research, on comparative religion. I'm into theology and also philosophy. I'm a family man, father of two. Basically a lot of time goes into the children. I'm more of a helicopter parent. So I really like to keep my pulse on whatever things that's going on in the school. Maybe due to my health or maybe due to my situation, I'm more of a control freak now more than ever. And I also like to cook every day, try to look up videos in YouTube and try it out at home. So that's how I keep myself engaged. That's me. Wow, how did the condition impact my life? Well, my life got turned upside down, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Have you ever heard that song before? Yeah, like that, I was quite okay. I finished my poly. Even before I finished my poly, Singapore Poly hired me to be a teaching assistant. And I actually represented ASEAN to go for digital archiving. And then I went into the army. And when I came out of the army, the next day I went for an interview and immediately I got a job. At that time, I was actually planning that, okay, my life is set. But that is when I got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. For me, I had a long-term relationship at then, that person also couldn't take it. She left. My mother passed on. And then somebody who I thought as a teacher who actually started teaching me also passed away. It affected because you're not able to go to work and suddenly you start re-evaluating what is life. At one point, I got angry with myself, thinking that is surviving day-to-day life, is this life? Whatever your emotions that you're going to feel, it is just your reaction to a given situation. So when you keep your reaction stable, you get a clearer state of mind and you'll be able to approach things with logic. And when you approach things with logic, everything will fall in its place. So, as I tell my daughters always, logic is the only thing that wins the day. When I was in Kerala, we have a fever for 14 days. So, it made me terrible. I was puking everywhere in one of the most unsanitary place. Even at that point, I said, you know, this is not going to be the end of me. I'm going to get out of this. I'm not ready to give up. And even when I had my seizure in 2002, I didn't want to give up. There was an incident where I was still walking. I was all alone at home. I was going to the toilet. I had a fall. I couldn't get up. I had to crawl from my kitchen to the hall. Nobody was at home. My dad wasn't at home. I wasn't married. So I crawled literally from the kitchen all the way to the hall in pain and then forced myself up to the sofa myself and just sat there with a throbbing pain. I can't get to the phone. Wait for my father to come back. Then when my father came back, then he said, do you want me to call the ambulance? I said, no, you know what? Just give me an umbrella. I'll limp myself. So I limped myself somehow down, took a taxi, went to the hospital, and I found out that I had a right leg metatarsal fracture. Leg was swollen, and the doctor was asking, crazy or what? You could have called an ambulance. I said, you know what? It's part of the experience. I build resilience block after block, incident after incident. There is two words that my NS sergeant always says, soldier on. Recruit, don't give up, soldier on. Whatever the situation that we have, whatever that we are facing, you can't change it. It is as it is. You will be put into positions where you cannot change the situation. So the only thing that you can change is how you react to those situations. So react to those calmly and just soldier on. Do not ever give up because giving up is not a solution. People around you, live for them. Just take it easy, soldier on, fight, do not let go, and do not ever, ever, ever give up. I'm always on this principle that we must always do good unto others. And the most basic thing that any human can do for another person is to pray for them. And praying for them is I wish. That means you say, may good be upon you. May there be an abundance in sustenance upon you. May peace be upon you. When I wish you enough, enough is enough of all the good things knowledge, wisdom, guidance, health, wealth, prosperity, happiness. That is what I wish upon everyone. And every person that I meet and every person that I speak to, always wish the best upon others. The best, absolute best. Okay, even though it's not happening for you, even though you're in the shittest situation, you can't just get out. Just say, I wish you well.
Hi, my name is Maida Rashid. I am a single mother of three, but all are adults. So today I'm going to tell you about my life journey. So my childhood was actually a very happy one. When I finished my O-level, I decided to get married, which is quite surprising for everyone in the family. But yeah, so it was a love marriage. But then things got complicated, and then my husband went astray, and then I was left alone fending myself and my kids. When I got divorced, that's when my life started to go, like you say, can go like something wild. Because I was in a depression state. I was like feeling depressed because during my divorce, right, my ex was actually like living here with a lot of debts and taking care of 3 kids is not easy for single mother. So I started to be with my girlfriend, who is actually my best friend now. So we went for drinking just to make myself happy and relieve my depression lah and stress. And then things just got worse. I went into heavy drinking, and this foreign man actually like offered some good opportunity, like making big monies. So that's when trouble started, which I later found out that I was going to be a drug addict. So it was easy money. I get past like a few times, but then one fine day I just got myself caught up at the airport, and then I was sent to prison. And I spent like almost 2 years in the prison. And you know the regret that I told them that what I did is for all of you, that I want them to further their studies. That's why I'm doing what I did. But of course, one of my daughter didn't understand that, and she actually don't talk to me until now. She disowned me, but I still live my life as I am today. But you know, when you're outside, and now that everybody thinks that I'm a happy person, but actually when I'm alone, I would just cry. My 2 girls are already in secondary school, and my son is still in primary school. When I came back, I met up with a social worker from South Central Community Family Service Center, where I was a beneficiary, and then he actually helps me a lot, and he also helped me to get a house which I'm living now, and also employment, especially I have to thank Miss Billing, who is the ex-director of South Central, who gave me the opportunity, and that brings me up to climb the ladder slowly but surely to where I am today. My families are more supportive, and we always do things together. My children knows me better, and we always like remind each other things that we don't want, what was in the past, and also work together with the staff. And they also like gave me an opportunity to do some presentation and sharing in a lot of seminars that I have shared, and also being from 0 to 0. So I should find someone that I can relate to, and maybe that person could have advised me and it wouldn't happen. We just Google online, because right now in Singapore we have a lot of helplines that we can go to. Yeah, or maybe to your nearest family service center or counseling center that you can go to. My dreams is actually I want to be a motivational speaker, which I think I've really done a few speaking sessions, so I just want to be a professional one. And also I want my children to be happy and my grandchildren all to grow up and being a good person and not learn the shortcut. I wish that the community would learn more, work more, and see all the assets and strengths that they have in the community, and we can work together and we don't need to rely on organization 24/7.
My name is Aslivia Kinikulu. I am actually a migrant, become an immigrant, and then now but my son is a Singaporean. I work as a full-time librarian in a school, in a primary school. So it's been already 3 years, and I love my job so much. I love poetry, I love reading, cooking, even baking, cycling. One of my friends introduced me to this community, and she invited me to a birthday party organized by this community, by neighbors, and it was so fun. And neighbor help each other, and in that birthday party, they bring their own birthday cake, the drinks, the goodie bag, the snacks, and the tidbits, and all that we can enjoy together. And then since then, I have become so intact with the community. When the COVID starting last year, I have to stay at home for almost two months, work from home, and then my son also have to stay for home-based learning, and it's very hard for us because we are staying in a small house, and then we cannot go out. And then the learning material, if my son don't understand, I have to proactive to ask the teacher, to keep on calling the teacher, message. And then the things that happened last year, that our laptop hang, we have to inform the teacher. We have to, it's for us it's a bit stressful. So we have a friends, neighbor meetings, but in a WhatsApp group, in the WhatsApp video call, and then Zoom call as well with the neighbors and my family as well. So that's how we cope with the stress. For COVID itself, I like to write poem and then writing as well. And then I start writing a book. It's about an 11-year-old boy that separated with his brother. One day, one old man sent him and his mother a beautiful bed with beautiful crafted on the edge and on every corner. So the bed comes with the amulet itself, and then the boy itself actually having what we call PTSD. The syndrome that because of the trauma in the past, and he cannot sleep. Where he always wake up at night because of the magical thing happened with that bed. He traveled to the imaginary world, the magical world full of creatures, the beautiful world over there, which is he meet with his brother. He and his brother separated for 2 years because of their parents separate. So the brothers go to another country and he stay in Singapore with his mother. In that magical world, he meet with his brother, but with some plot, some story over there, and then the story that finally teach him more about life. When it comes to resilience, we have to conquer our own fear. We cannot force ourselves to do it. For this time, I write about this book, and then I have to flash back to the past to write about the past. When it's I feel I'm not ready in terms of emotionally, I stop a while. I take a deep breath, drink water, have a walk if possible, talk to friends, call some friends, and then I try to start in another angle. But slowly, we have to move each and every day. We have to move one step ahead. When we're strong enough, move another step ahead until we realize that we did it very well. The profit of the book, A Housemate of White Clay, will go to my friend Tania Maharani. She is a cancer patient. She has leukemia since last year, January 2021. Now she's still undergoing a treatment for leukemia. And next month, she will undergo the bone marrow transplant. It's not easy for her, especially about the cost of the transplant, the cost of her medical cost. The original plan is bring her son from Indonesia as a donor for her. But since the process takes around maybe 6 to 8 weeks, so her condition now not good. Doctor said that her life is just another 2-3 months. Whoever can be a donor as soon as possible, so she have to take it. So it is not easy for her, and the cancer itself is really taking a toll of the family. She's a good woman. She's a very strong woman. She's even in pain. She's still taking care of her family. She's still bring up her spirit that okay, she will be okay. That's why I donate the profit of the book for her treatment. I know it's not much, but hopefully can help her.
These are the community stories that show resilience and how community members overcome challenges and also use their gifts to help the community. So like we saw in the video as an example, Avia had written a book to help her friend in need despite the challenges that she had faced.
What are you doing? Are you dancing or cooking?
I'm cooking and dancing.
But you're playing with the towel.
Don't you know what this towel represents?
No.
Oh no, okay, let me tell you. This towel represents our I Wish You Enough movement, and also it shows our Gotong Royong Spirit in the community.
Oh, is it like when people hang the towel on their doors?
Correct.
But I never understood why they would hang the towel on their door.
Because they support the movement.
Oh. Actually, I came to ask if you saw where Farida went.
No, I do not know. You might want to look for her.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
I wish you enough.
I wish you enough.
I wish you enough.
you enough.
Hey, hi, I'm Aziza. I wish us we bonding together, making happy neighbor. That's how diri ini.
Hello, I'm Anna. I wish you enough means helping neighbors, sharing all the things that we have, and everybody.
Hey, hello. Okay, my name is Hassan. Yeah, I wish you enough means to me is okay. If you serve to yourself means you are losing game, but you serve to neighbor to other, it's a win-win situation. Alright, and then they are some feel good. Alright.
For me, it's a friendship. It's a friendship.
I can share it for my neighbors.
is helping each other, neighbor to neighbor, friend. If you don't know anybody, then can share also.
Yeah, sometimes he don't know which what actually now I must tell lah. Like spending together to walking macam
support each
neighbor,
other.
yeah, each other.
Support each other. Support each other.
It's a movement to support each other.
Yeah. What part of the meaning of the I wish you enough?
Yeah. Okay then. I also always issue the enough can 1 year can do good for the community.
To me, I wish you enough means coming together as a community and working to achieve a common goal together, and finding a way to deal with our differences and our difficulties together as a community.
Hello, my name is Anushka, and today I will share what I wish you enough means to me. So to me, I wish you enough means different communities coming together to remind us that not everyone may have enough, be it a meal or even proper clothes, for example, and that as a community, we can use our resources to ensure that everyone gets enough. And it can be very simple, such as paying it forward. We pay for that person's meal. It can be as simple as that. So yep, that's what I wish you enough means to me.
Hi, I'm KK Ang. I wish you enough to me is we share and we get.
For me, is I wish you enough. I like to help neighbor, an old lady, ask my help. So that means a lot for me lah.
Hi, my name is Ali. Okay, I'm from Bukit Osui. Okay, I wish you enough is we all, everyone, communities bonding together. Okay, and having fun. To get to know each other, right? For the best of the communities.
Hi, I'm Aishi. I wish enough digital access to my community.
A youth once told me that digital access is like oxygen to her in today's world. Indeed, it has become a necessity, no longer a want. On behalf of SCC, I wish you enough digital access.
Hi, I'm Raihan and I wish that everybody will share more care to one another.
I wish for more joy and peace in the community. So இந்த சமுதாயத்துல அதிகமா சந்தோஷமும் நிம்மதியும் இருக்கணும்.
I wish that my kids and me, myself, and the neighbors will get along together with this organizer, is it? Yes lah. This organizer things lah.
Actually, 谢谢你们 SCC 帮了我给我食物，希望你们可以帮助很多人，帮助那些贫穷人，祝你们身体健康，做事情事事如意，最好是平安。
I wish for more care in the community.
I wish you enough.
I wish you enough. I wish you enough.
I wish you
I wish that my community have more love and care. I wish you enough.
What I hope for my community is to get back to serve the community again. Hopefully this pandemic will be over so that we can do what I can do, like for a volunteer. Other than that, yeah, just hope everything goes according to plan. I you enough.
I wish you enough. I hope we can have a better family bonding for our 79 families and neighbors. And I wish we have more fun together in future. I wish you enough.
What I wish for the community is more bonding and more sports to play. I wish you enough. Hi everyone, I'm Pel. And my hope and dreams for this community is that everyone will care and share for each other. I wish you enough.
Hello, I'm Nehun. I wish everybody in your community will support and care for each other more. I wish you enough.
Hello, I'm Esther. This is my 5th year of I Wish You Enough in this neighborhood. In this 5 years, I have seen the kids has grown up to become teenagers and taking out more role in the community. Like today, they are taking this video. I wish you enough.
Hi, my name is Mark. What I like about the community is everybody come together to play sports, to go outing, to play cycling, to do something that bring everybody together and create some happy memories and fight COVID. I wish you enough.
I wish you enough.
This is how people usually see us, lor.
What's up, bro? You want cigarette?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, you got lighter or not?
Yeah, I got.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Noisy, naughty, troublemaker. Always up to no good.
Yeah, we asked the boys to come and
I
gosh,
now it's already 3:90.
What's up, girl? What's up?
What's up? Yeah, hey.
You want to try?
You want to try or not? Jump beer, you know. Anyway, you guys just now say we asked you guys to meet at Chosukang, don't meet.
No, but we tested you that you say we'll be meeting. Exactly.
Whatever lah.
You are never read your phone. Yeah, I know. We understand. Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes, you know, it gets to us lah.
Got problem is it? Say to my face lah. Oh yeah.
Who don't want to be accepted or loved by the community, you tell me? I mean, everyone just sees our bad parts.
You want to play with me?
Yeah, by today I buy.
Buy already,
Yes,
good,
buy
right?
already. Yeah.
Where's your daughter?
Isa, come here. Don't play the bad kids.
But we are like every other youth, what? And yeah, sometimes we are loud. But that's because we are having fun with our friend, ma. Not normal, meh?
Oh, that soccer just now we could have win the 2-3, right? But then they go take the third.
Yeah, that was very lousy.
By the way, today very fun, yeah. So many activities for us to bond with, yeah.
I know, right?
Honestly, life is tough and tiring. We also want people who understands us and love us also. Sometimes I feel that we do not have enough to change our situation.
So annoying. Why must I do HBO? I just want to give up.
Hey, what? Don't want to study, is it? Huh?
So annoying.
See lah. I say something, you go. I say something, you go.
See this kid. Always just want to play. You better study if you don't want to be like him. Later, no future.
So how? We find our friends lor. People may think that we are troublemakers, but at least they care. Why don't tell outside people our tai chi? Damn toes, yeah. They will help meh? How to? We are just bad kids after all. Who wants to help? So we just do what we want.
What happened? Okay.
I mean, you will help meh?
Hey, hello. Yeah, hey, how are you? Where do you go? Good.
I just go market and buy something.
Oh, okay, what did you do?
No lah, buy food.
Oh, okay. Hey, let's go have a tea.
Okay, come on, let's go. Who's that? Okay, anyway, you all remember last time when we are young, we also kena school by auntie and uncles, right? So although things have changed, but something is not changed. Youth is still youth.
Hello, boy, don't play. You be careful, otherwise you injure yourself. Then if you is severe, then you will be admitted to hospital. Be careful,
Yeah, that's true. It takes a kampong to raise a child.
I wonder whether I can do the same things for this youth. Well, only one way to find out. Who knows, maybe this small act might lead to big impact?
I'm here as a volunteer tutor for the SCC. I've been volunteering for about a year and a half. Basically what we do is that we give kids an extra lesson to go through and revise on the subjects that they may be struggling a bit in. So these kids are generally PSLE age 12 years old that I've been teaching. So generally they'll come to start teaching them at the start of P6, primary 6. The experience has been quite good and quite fulfilling also. a lot of the kids, because I spend the whole of their P6 like teaching them every week and stuff, they get quite close, and like they start to tell me a lot about their personal life and stuff too, and all the things that are going on. And it's also quite fulfilling to see how like they improve a lot over the year, not just in the academic side, but also like interpersonal skills and confidence and stuff. I think last year I used to hold lessons at the wellness center, which is very close to this place, and at that time I only had to coach like one kid, like one-to-one at the time. But he said, "Oh, Miss, I'm going to start bringing my friends over here because I think you're a good teacher. So I think my friends also need help with math. Can I bring them also?" Then I was like, "Okay." So like I thought he was gonna bring like 1 or 2 people, right? But he sort of brought like 3 other boys, and he was like, "Okay, we're all here to study math together." And the exponential increase from like 1 to like 4 kids was like it's like a madhouse. But it was really like heartwarming to learn that kids that trusted me enough that even his own friends would come over and they would study together, which is basically unheard of for like 12-year-old kids, right?
I help out on the video shootings and the video editing. Happens like every month or every couple of months. I want to help out on the community and get to know more people. So this is our set for tonight. This is Ali. You'll be doing all the drumming for I Wish You Enough. You'll be shooting it. Ali, okay, so let's get ready. Okay, everyone listen. Ready? 3, 4. So far it's been really good. I've met a lot of new people. It's also good to see the community in Singapore, and yeah, it's good to meet new people and learn life experiences from them, even from the vantage point of just shooting them. You can learn a lot.
I come here 3-4 times a week to help the children. It's the Learning Kampong program. Help them with their homework and teach them maths, English and science. Actually, I've been looking for volunteering opportunities for a while because I started volunteering in my children's schools, and it was such a fun experience. It's really enjoyable. I think there was one where I remember teaching this boy. He's probably 8 years now. I started teaching him when he was about 6. And he was a kind of boy who was, the FSC was a little worried about because he was not communicative. Of course, he came from challenging circumstances as well. So he would come to class and he would just lie down in class and say he wants to sleep and he's very tired from school. So what I did was that I allowed him to just lie down. And I said, when you're ready to get up, we can get up. And then I asked him what his favorite game or passion or activity was, and he said football. So I got a small pack of those cards with those famous footballers, and then so the moment he started moving about a bit, I showed him these cards and immediately sat up. The whole interaction didn't start with education. It started with what he liked best. And I said, what do you like about these players? And what do you like about this person and that person and this person? And he started talking. And as he started talking, I started asking him questions about how he got interested in football. So it was building up on his it was more like a relationship with him rather than going to the academic part. Then after the 2nd class and the 3rd class, I slowly started asking him how his school was, and then started talking about school. He opened up. I would say he opened up quite slowly, but he opened up eventually. So it was such a wonderful thing to see.
Hey, Fiza here.
Hi, I'm Shireen here.
I'm Shida. We are just giving the resident ration due to COVID, right? Maybe like 1 month. 1 month. Depends 1 month, 1 month, and 2 months like that. Depends for the organizer lah. Organizer. Yeah.
I do this because I like to help the resident here, and also it's from sincere from our heart. I mean, we're getting Gotong Royong together as a community to help one another, to help the residents here.
Because this is COVID, right? So normally they will come down and collect. So because of this pandemic, we give go to the much better. Okay, sama-sama.
If you're thinking about volunteering but you're not sure, I would say just go for it. I think a lot of people, they get worried that I'm not good enough to volunteer, right? I'm worried that I'll mess up, right? And then I'll actually like hurt them in the long run or something like that. Or I'm scared that my own math or my own English isn't good enough to save that student tuition. Or even if something else, like I'm worried that I'm not actually good enough at this thing to be able to be a volunteer for it. But I think a lot of people don't realize that like a lot of people who get into this, right, they're not experts at it either. Like no one is gonna be a super genius at something if they never actually tried doing it. First, if you get into volunteering, whether it's teaching, which is what I do, or anything else, right, you're probably not going to be super great at it at first. But what matters is that you're putting in your time, you're putting in your effort, you're trying to make a difference, and trying to help people, and that's really really good. And over time, even if there are times when you stumble and you can't put in your 100% all the time, that's okay. And over time you'll get a lot more experience and you'll get better at it, and then you'll start using the experience to do a lot more good for the people around you, and I think that's great. So if you're worried about volunteering, I say just go for it, because the experience will not only help you but it'll help people around you.
I would advise them to reach out to their local communities, community centers, or go to giving.sg. It's got a lot of opportunities to volunteer. Just volunteer for everyone that wants to volunteer and that has a good heart. Just go out there and volunteer.
Well, they actually can just help us. Like do the packing. Like the more the merrier and the more faster we can do. It's to better the kampung spirit, right?
Well, I just wish that more people would come forward, not just for helping students, to come and see what activities the FSC is involved in. And there are many events, so they don't have to be scared that they are not very skilled at something or they don't have a particular set of skills or knowledge. They can come and see what the activities are. There's cooking, there's events in which they can volunteer, there's teaching the children. So if they speak to any of the staff or any of the volunteers, they'll get a list of all the things that the FSC is involved in. It's a wonderful thing to come and just be part of the FSC. They can have a lot of impact on the children provided they don't rush at it. They need to step aside and figure out the child first. And then take it from there, find out the child's interests and what he likes to do best, what are the fun things he does. And then try and see if they can relate to him at that level before going to the books. Because if you start with the book straight, they're not going to come back.
Generally, I hope for a bit more patience and a bit more compassion. Again, because of the way Singapore is set up, right? I think it's inevitable that with our society that we're quite hyper-competitive, we're quite prone to comparing ourselves with other people. And when we compare ourselves to other people also, there's also the really bad result where we tend to put others down if they're not as good as us, or they're not at the same level as us at a certain time. And I think that's a really, really bad social effect that we tend to see in Singapore sometimes. That, but it's so easy for me, then why can't you do it, right? But they don't realize, and I think for myself also, when I was younger, I also didn't realize that like the circumstances that you face might be completely different from what someone else is going through. And the things that you have access to might be an impossibility for someone else at a certain point in their life, right? So I think for my community, I would want to have maybe a bit more patience. But if someone might be struggling with something, don't immediately jump to conclusions, but rather like take the time to like know the situation and to reach out and help them and see if you can get them through it. And a bit more generally compassion.
Wishing everyone has enough and wishing the community will be able to bond well more and be more together to help each other.
I just hope and wish whatever I'm doing now, the rest of them, also can do the same as me. Help. There's a lot of donors actually wanna need those stuff actually. So why not contribute to us?
I actually would love to see a mixed bag of people coming. I would love to see retirees, housewives, youth, children, all of them coming in for some kind of shared activity. I think that's what helps in building the community. I wish you enough.
So, as we have seen in those videos, that was how some of our community mothers came together with their child to address some of the issues that were shown in the community.
Yes. By the way, have you seen where Farida is?
No.
Ah, there!
Oh,
About
hi
poverty.
Farida!
Wow, thank you.
Well, have you seen the cases are rising?
Oh my god, wow, so many.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know some of my neighbors that have been placed on quarantine order and how some of my other neighbors help them get groceries during their quarantine order.
Oh, so good of you to help them. But do you think this kampung spirit is happening in other neighborhood too?
I wouldn't know.
Well, how about you guys?
How about you guys?
Share with us in the comments. Come on, share. And then let's watch some videos on neighbors helping each other.
I moved to a new house in Punggol North Shore. Then it's quite a different atmosphere that I can actually explain because my current house, I have a neighbor which is like every morning without fail, which is his old folks uncle. It's a twin brothers will always knock on my gate and just say like, I have some bread for your kids, or maybe when there's one fine day where he don't actually get to give a bread to my kids, he will like, I have some fruits, but he will mention it in Malay words because oh uncle, you know how to speak Malay, right? So at that point I was like, I miss that uncle, yeah, because uncle is very relaxed. I can see very relaxed because when we was there, we haven't get our new keys for our new house. We help uncle a lot, like his kitchen was flooded, and then because old uncle, he don't even know how to like call to ask to seek for help, he really don't know how to seek for help. So the main thing that's on his mind that, oh, I have my neighbor, why don't I just ask for help? Because at that point of time, I was at work and Iskandar too was at work. So the only help in my house was my girl. So my girl called me up and said, Mommy, uncle is asking us to help to pull the water. So I said, okay, just go pull the water. And I help uncle to mop and dry the floor because I'm afraid that when uncle walk, uncle might fall, Then when we moved into our new house, there's none of the neighbors that moved in yet. Okay. Then after that 2 weeks, my neighbors were just next to me started to like drop by to our unit and say hi, we are neighbors, so that we get to know and then we share some thoughts like how's the renovations going on and how's because like what they can see on our part is like we have kids and then most of our buildings there's no shops, houses on the level floor. So yeah, we share some thoughts like maybe you can drop by to the nearby like shop or the plaza to actually grab some groceries. So we do change some thoughts lah, but mostly to the owners lah. But I only met with the husband, but not the wife. Yeah. Then we started to have a new one, which is auntie. Yeah, I have previous one was uncle, now is auntie. So okay lah, quite nice. I don't get to see the both uncle now, but I get to see auntie because when we walk through the walkway, you can see her. Then she was like, "Hi, we just came." So we just had a small chit chat lah. At first, we was thinking like, would there be a different kampung spirit? Because in rental flat, you will meet from end to end. You will have all the neighbors that knows you and your child, you see. So with a new environment in a new home, the kampung spirit is not that much like how we feel in our rental flat because most of the neighbors shut the door. Yeah, so only us lah, we will open our door once everybody is home. So it's a less of kampung spirit for new flat. Give more support to those families who are more likely the same situation like me before, where just don't lose hope. And just go for whatever that you want it to be, your goal, and just look forward. Yes, I understand that there will be a lot of like ups and downs, some difficulties. Things will come, but then try not to look back, just look forward. Yeah, if I can, I'm sure they will. For neighborhoods, firstly is like get to know your neighbors surrounding, especially that those are nearby to you, side by side or front and back. Because when this is my thought, so when there's any emergency, so at least you know where to find. First thing, you won't be finding your neighbors from the top floor or the ground floor. Definitely it's next to you or left or right, you see. And then second thing is what if you don't get a good relationship with your new neighbor? So when there's an emergency or you need some help, you don't know how to seek help. And then when you try to seek help, you won't be able to get help also. My wish is to have more likely important is a kampung spirit where you were like, hey, hi, how are you today? You know, I go to this shop and I bought some stuff. So I think this stuff is cute. So I bought it for your child, something like that. And for myself, like, hey, I dropped to buy some groceries and I found that this bread is good for your mom, your dad. You know, so we exchange things like, because we won't know what they like to eat and what they don't. So most likely, we make that relationship quite closer by exchanging things or by like spend like 5 to 10 minutes like asking how they are, how their day, you know. So yeah, that is my wish lah.
Hello, hi.
Hello guys, so are y'all the owners of this shop? Okay, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Imran, my wife Rainy.
Hello Imran, hello Rainy. So can you tell us a bit more about your shop? How long have you been here?
We are here around 2.5 months.
Do you all live in this neighborhood?
No, we stay in Lengkok Bahru.
Oh, you're staying in Lengkok Bahru, but your shop is in Ubi. I see. Okay, and do you want to tell us more about your community over there?
We have a community there, like, you know, I have a neighbor, which I close to them, I like to help them. Like we have a mini mart, like sometimes we take bread from here, we just pass them like few times a week we do. So like a kids there, before COVID, we play soccer together every Monday behind the Lanky CC.
Do you all have any wishes that you all want to say to your community at Lengkok Bahru?
Yeah, stay home, stay safe. Later I will send you the link.
Wow! I see you guys have all these chairs here outside the shop. Where do you get it from?
Actually the chairs we bought. So the sofa you can see we have neighbors over here, they pass us because they see here the kids come over here.
Oh!
So the kids they come here, they play, they using the chairs, they sit over here. So sometimes our friends, our family they visit us, so for them to sit over.
Do you have anything to say to inspire other people to help their neighbors and community?
Actually, since we open a mini mart, so we put 2 notes over here. Later I will show you. The first note, like the Grab driver, like Food Panda, the we giving them 20% discount on soft drinks.
Oh, I see.
And some more message we put over here, we helping, like groceries, like we put in a message, you can buy now, pay later. Yeah, so we doing this kind of thing.
So all these efforts.
The COVID, so family they have a hard life. Sometimes they don't have enough money to buy the groceries. So we try our best to give them, the basic groceries for them. So we not just saying only. We print out, then we put in our shop also that everyone can see. Like we have a WhatsApp group, so we share in the WhatsApp groups also. Like sometimes the food panda or the Grab driver, they come over here, so I always ask them to take a picture, you share in your group also, so your other friends also can see and come over.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thanks for showing us around your shop. So lastly, want to ask, what are your hopes and dreams for your community?
Actually, the first thing, like now, have a COVID situation, so we try to help each other whatever way we can do. Small help can make a big effect for the family who needs help. Like, now we cannot visit each other's house, so we just, we have a WhatsApp, so we can just message, we can ask about them help, if they need anything, so what we can provide. So these are the things we can help each other.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye, take care. I wish you enough.
Hi everybody, I'm Yvonne. I'm from the SMU X team and I work in Singapore Management University. I'm a working mom of 2 and I'm very happy to be able to be here.
Hi, my name is Sufyan. You can call me Ian. I'm a year 2 SMU business student. I enjoy working out, spending time with family and friends, and experimenting new stuff.
One of the initiatives I came up with was I decided to put together care packages for cleaners. So there was once I struck a conversation with this auntie and she was wiping, the handles, she was wiping the surface of the door. So I noticed that she wasn't wearing gloves, even though there were a pair of gloves at, where the trolley or the cleaning equipment were. So I asked, hey auntie, why you don't want to use the gloves, right? She said, it's very hard, number one, to rinse, to dry up that towel with gloves on. And number 2, she realized that even the gloves are not of very, very good quality. So it didn't matter whether she used gloves or not. And I noticed that her hands were all wrinkled. I think it's not just the water, it's also the chemicals in that bucket of water. Then I, asked her, so, do you put lotion and all? And the next thing that she said to me really broke my heart. She said that, I'm old already lah, don't need to put this kind of lotion. It's okay. I looked at her and I felt so sad because what she's trying to say to me is, I'm old. And because I'm old, I don't deserve any love. I don't deserve any care. It's okay. I thought that was really, really heartbreaking to hear. So I said, auntie, let me get you a bucket, like a small tub of hand lotion. She said, don't need. I said, no, it's not very expensive. It's really okay. She was very, very shy. I said, no lah, auntie, just use it. I just felt very, very, very sad. The more I thought about how she didn't and wasn't really able to take care of herself, I thought there must be something we could do. So what I started was I initially bought those tubs of hand lotion and I started giving out to cleaners. Like in the food courts or, when I go to my children's schools, their enrichment programs, and I say, hey, auntie, for you lah, uncle, for you lah. Yeah, and they will be very shy about it, but they will take it and say thank you. Then it got me thinking, like, other than hand lotion, what can I do for them? So I decided, I saw this majority trust. They were actually giving out funding for people who want to do something for other people who are affected by the pandemic. So with the funding given to them, I put together a care package for cleaners. And the care package had, very little things. It's not like exorbitantly priced. It's symbolic, I would say, that, packets, or rather the items in the packets really was to tell the cleaners that we care for them, that regardless of their jobs, regardless of their ages, they are worthy of care and respect. I had a friend who brought her a young 2-year-old daughter and husband. So the 3 of them, plus the 4 of us, 7 of us were in my living room, the floor, and we were just packing and packing. I realized that it literally just took us, one evening. We rolled up our sleeves, literally got our hands dirty and messy, and we just packed. Eventually, thankful to the majority trust's funding, we packed about 300 packets. I know it's not a lot, but I'm very happy to be able to start something and do something.
I'm currently actively involved in SMU Berkada, a club where Filipinos, both local and overseas, come together to celebrate our roots. And as for my business, I sell animal feed, specifically hay, to the small animal market, and currently another products in the making. It was formed on the basis of my love for animals. So I translated this love to giving back to society. I sell hay to earn revenue. Part of my revenue will go to humanitarian aid, such as Palestinian refugees in Gaza, as well as the Australian bushfire incident. So what I noticed was that during COVID, as we all know, a lot of companies incur losses. Most of my customers were unemployed during the COVID pandemic. And what I did on my part was I reduced my prices significantly so that they could afford my animal feed. This is a small effort done on my part, but to a larger audience, I believe it makes a bigger impact and hopefully inspires others to follow my pursuits. So my motivations are, first of all, the core supporting pillar, my family. They've been with me through and through. They've guided me ever since when I was young. So I thought of giving back to them in every way that I can, to the best of my capabilities. So without them knowing, I secretly built up my business. From the revenues, I tried to alleviate my family's financial burdens by paying off the bills on my part, even if it's just by a bit. With my business formed on the basis of my love for animals, it is now shifted from this notion to the idea of my love for society.
I would say one of my key takeaways from all these experiences is that, it really doesn't take a lot to do something for someone else. I realized that it really, really doesn't take a lot to just roll up my sleeves to want to do something. And, we have read so much about pandemic fatigue. We have read so much about people feeling blue and down during the pandemic. I really believe that we can do good, add value, and call out the good in people, especially when times are bad. Because, seriously, all of us are managing various challenges. And sometimes I find that the more somebody looks okay, the more somebody looks normal and well, all the more we need to check on that person and say, hey, is everything okay? Yeah, because around us, we have a lot of people who want to look strong and remain strong for others, not realizing that they are actually facing their own challenges. We really need to keep a lookout for one another. Yeah. Even before the pandemic, we already know the world is not an easy place. Sometimes people can be challenging, work can be challenging, children can be challenging, life can be challenging. But if there's something, just one thing that we can do to help people, wouldn't it make the world a better place to live in?
So my first key takeaway is self-love before selfless love. So you have to take care of yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. Sort of like you build this strong, solid foundation before you go out there and help others. For me, it was the business. So how it helps me is that I'm pursuing my passion. I'm doing something that I love. If you do something that you love, money comes anyways. And some people, they will say money can't buy happiness. It's a matter of how you use money. How I used it was to pay off my the bills, to alleviate my family's financial burdens. So that sort of like lightened up the mood in my family. So everyone was happy.
When I hear the phrase, I wish you enough. So the very first time I read it, I actually went to Google it, and there was a very beautiful poem. In fact, almost a very painful poem. So as I was reading it, tears filled my eyes. And, without going into the syntax of the words in the poem, right? I wish you enough. When I hear that, the first thought in my mind was, I don't just want to wish my friends and my loved ones and my family members, I wish you enough. I want to wish for abundance for that person. But sometimes, in the world, abundance doesn't come easy, right? And, contentment and gratitude can be the two gifts that can bring us so much joy and so much bliss and so much peace. So when I hear the 4 words, I wish you enough, I no longer wish for abundance for people, because sometimes abundance really is such a rarity. I would rather tell the person, I wish you enough. I wish you enough to feel contented and to feel, grateful, to feel at peace, to feel blissful, to feel joyful. I wish you enough. I wish you enough of everything so that you feel that, hey, I'm in this world for a purpose, for a destiny. I am in this world to add value because I have enough. I can bless other people.
At some point in our lives, we have to stop depending on other people to guide us on our own journeys, to handhold us in everything that we do. Instead of holding our hand throughout life, we should encourage them to discover their own paths and maneuver through life themselves to become independent, inspire others to trust in themselves, to have faith in what they do, and basically create a path on their own to write their own stories.
I think these are really not easy times for us. I look at the children in my neighborhood, I look at my own children. As much as I don't want to think this way, I felt that the pandemic has robbed away a lot of things from them. Time, memories with their friends, playtime even in school, and the world seems to be a little grey for a lot of people. But I just want to end off by saying that we are never alone. Things will get better. And if you need help in any way, please reach out. Please call out for help. Or, if we are in the capacity and we have the ability to help, I think we should. All of us, we have power in our hands to do something for somebody else. Even if you help just one person, I think that's all that matters. If you can help 2, great. If you can help 5, even better. If you can help 10, 20, 100, let's do our very bit every day to help make the place, a much more livable place for everyone.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Follow your passion, follow what you love doing, because we're still young. When we grow old, the things that we regret are the things that we don't do. And through life, don't forget to give back to society. Always lend a helping hand to those in need. So whenever you see or you stumble upon someone who needs help, always empathize with them, understand their needs, and it doesn't hurt to just listen, because most often than not, listening is enough. They just need someone for them to listen to.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside.
Farida, you okay not?
Yeah, why are you so emotional? I know. It just reminded me of these fallen heroes who has not only contributed in the community but has been with us through the movement. So we have actually compiled a video of them, and let's have a minute of silence to commemorate these fallen heroes who has departed us.
Hi, my name is Aisha.
Hi, I am Mary.
I'm Adi.
My name is Kim. Today I'm going to talk about Mami Mas. She gives us good advice. Sometimes she will talk to us one-to-one if we have some problem. And that helps me to actually help other people in that way. Like people who have bad habits, doing bad things. So from there, I can make a video to actually share love towards other people and tell them we can do some activities that helps our life to improve our lifestyles.
I was working with FSC for some years back, and I got to know Iqbal during my term with Family Service Centre. Iqbal had some issues when he actually came to the Family Service Centre, but in all his issues or struggles whatsoever, he also had a very, very special gift, and his gift was a gift of cooking. When I was conversing with Iqbal, I realized that he loved to cook. So I asked him actually whether he could cook for our Family Service Centre, for our staff and everyone to try first before we proceed further. So he did. During our meetings and during our sessions together, he actually cooked, and we really, really enjoyed his food. It was very delicious, it was very nice. And that is when I continued to explore other opportunities with Iqbal. Regardless of his challenges in his health, he was all the more willing to help out. So that's when we started to introduce him to the neighborhood. So he came down for all our events and he started to cook. One of his favorite was mee siam. So he started to cook. Even our neighbors within the block started to order. And then they asked him how to cook. He even teach them. He wasn't selfish. He always wanted to show them, because if they can do something, why not? And slowly his cooking became a business because it started to go external. Through contacts, through word of mouth, he managed to get income. But that didn't stop him. To him, that was a blessing which he still wanted to share with the families around the community.
At the free time, I come down to do some volunteers at the center. So accidentally, I met one of the former volunteers, Sundaram. She's working here. It's very friendly, so I get used to talk to him, perform the voluntary work together, and he tell me of his own character, everything. Then we get to know each other better.
He very good man and very kind. Sometimes need he help, he also help you.
Okay, I've known Mr. Ganesan most probably about 3 years. Mr. Ganesan, he's a man with the spirit of the kampung. Whatever he says, whatever action he does, motivates us to like join in with him, to listen to what he say, and to enjoy the event that we are having. He's always very supportive, very happy. I think he's a man with a very positive mind and soul that make us learn that no matter what we face, what problem we have, even at work, at home, everything can settle.
If I'm not wrong, last year we had our Hari Raya puasa. Every time when we want to start our breakfast, she will start giving before 30 minutes of it. She will give us free porridge. She will pass from level to level lah.
So what he does is every single time when FSC has a lot of events or functions, he's always one of those who will always come up and help, because he always believed in giving back. Till his way, he was still cooking for Hari Raya, Deepavali. He even invited some of us to his house during Hari Raya, and he had a whole spread from cookies to food. That is Iqbal. A very, very strong character regardless of his challenges. He just wanted to inspire others with the blessings that he got. At the same time, he always looked on the positive side after he got the help from FSC as well. So I really, really am so privileged to have known Iqbal, to have journeyed with him, and to be part of his life.
He doesn't talk much because more or less he will what he knows he can share with others.
He very friendly, and when meet him, he's smiling and he joke to you and make you happy like that. We happy when we meet him. If sometimes we come here to help to do something, ask him help, he help you a lot like that.
We did a lot of events together. The most memorable part is the first time we met. He super duper friendly. He motivate us to like come join for this event. Never mind, if you got nothing also just come down, spend time together, bring your family and kids, just to have that spirit, the kampung spirit.
We have come to an end of this live stream, but we should not stop here, as this is the beginning of our continuation of Neighbors Helping Neighbors Spirit. How are you gonna do your part? Before we end, we would like to thank all of those involved in this movement. And my wish for the community is for enough resilience so that no one gets left out.
My wish for the community is that we keep the kampong spirit alive.
And my wish for the community is everyone should have enough. I am Farida.
I am Yong Leong.
I'm Anushka.
Signing off! Stay safe, be happy, and kampong spirit starts with you. See you in 2020!